Those that do not study history are doomed to repeat it. This is like the perfect book for anybody trying to get a real idea of real light infantry, at least in what was supposed to be the modern sense. And it's taken a look at history. And if you read this book, I think you're going to come up with a few conclusions. Number one, we do not have any light infantry today, and we haven't for a very long time. Number two, light infantry is more closely, related to like special forces than it is actual regular infantry. And number three, we need light infantry. So here's what it does. It breaks down 4 different units. You have the 1st Special Service Force. You have the Chindits in the Burma conflict against the Japanese in World War II. Then you have the Malay and Borneo conflicts and the Chinese communists in the Korean War. It takes these 4 different examples. Now, there are many more, but it takes these 4 different examples and shows what you can do with a light infantry unit. It goes through their selection, their training, it goes through their operations, their capabilities, their leadership, and some of the mistakes and failures. And the funny thing is, this book was actually made for the Staff College in Leavenworth. And every time they look at failures, they're looking at leadership failures for the most part, and utilization failures, like trying to use light infantry as regular infantry because it says light infantry. That's like using the Special Air Service, the SAS, as, fuel jockeys, for helicopters, just because it says Special Air Service. Like, okay, well, we're going to have them refueling aircraft, because they say there's part of the air service. Like, no, just because that's the name, that's not what their capabilities are. Like, there's a lot of people that did not have an understanding of how to use it. And the real secret here is light infantry is supposed to be used as a maneuver warfare asset, not a conventional attrition warfare asset. That is 2nd generation warfare crap. And light infantry is designed to help bring us into 3rd generation warfare. And it's really sad because after the failures of management and really the officers to actually utilize them properly, we have never seen light infantry because they just don't understand how to utilize them. There are some countries that still retain the training, the real training, such as like the British still utilize some of that training, the French still utilize some of that training and capability, but there are very few that actually implement that training and use it, because most of the Western world is attrition warfare based still. They would rather bomb the crap out of somebody than actually like outmaneuver them and stuff. But the SAS in the Borneo and Malay conflict actually showed that light infantry is absolutely vital to actually getting in there and rooting out an insurgency. And I think that if we would have used it on our modern issues like Iraq and Afghanistan, we would have had more. I think that we would have had more success if we were to use these historical conflicts as an example of what to do. So it's unfortunate that we don't really have any light infantry. Even though people say that we do, we don't actually have them, because this gives you an idea of what real light infantry is. And just based on their capabilities, we don't have light infantry anymore. So if you want to get a real idea of it, get this book. You don't need to get the physical book. You can actually go online and just look up the title or even the author, and it's actually free online at the War College. Like, you can just get the PDF version or whatever, but it is actually good reading. And for those of you that do not like reading, just want someone to tell you what to think, or give you the book report or whatever, I'm not doing that. I'm giving you some examples and stuff, and why this is interesting. But in order to get the nitty-gritty details and get a real understanding, you need to read. If you don't like reading, then you are going to fit into the saying that I said at the beginning. Those that do not study history are doomed to repeat it. Learn to read, enjoy reading, and open your eyes. That's the good thing about reading, is you are able to open your eyes. And history is a great teacher. So, again, those that do not study history are doomed to repeat it.